Do what you love and the money will follow, which is great. If you love what you do, most people find that when they're in a job or a career or a field that they love, money does follow. But not everyone has that. So finish this sentence. Take this job and, oh, that's good. Most people say shove it. So this is good. I know we're filming. You're like, all right, I'm on film. I'm not going to say anything else. And Tori's sitting right there. But it is, take this job and love it. But most people say shove it. You're lucky. Drew Carey said, oh, you hate your job? Why didn't you say so? There's a support group for that, and it's called Everyone, and we meet at a bar down the street. You know why adults always ask kids what they want to be when they grow up? They're asking the kids because they don't know. They're looking for ideas. What do you want to be, kid? You know what? That sounds pretty good. I'm going to try that. That's great. Most people have no idea. So those of you who found your true calling, I'm glad. You know, they asked first graders to draw a picture of what you want to be when you grow up, and a girl drew a picture of her mom. So when I grew up, I want to be like my mommy, but I don't know what mommy's doing. There's a stage and a pole, and men are giving her money. I don't know, but she's happy. They want to be paid well, but they also want something from their customers and clients and from their bosses. You know what it is? Respect. People want respect. You know you want it?
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it too.
You know, my wife and I were sitting on our boat. We're drinking wine. She says, I love you so much. I don't know how I could live without you. And I said to her, I said, is that the wine talking? And she said, no, it's me talking to the wine. When you start paying attention to the things that you enjoy about your job, you start to realize, wow, I actually have it pretty good. I got a good gig here. So take a picture of things that make you happy. I started doing this, things that I thought were ironic, like this sign. Always open, and yet they're closed. I had to take a picture of that. I thought that was funny. This was at SeaWorld Drive. It said no U-turn, but someone stuck this over, so now it says no, you didn't. And then this one. You have neighbors like that? Einstein said if you take your hand and put it on a hot stove, 1 minute feels like an hour. But if you're doing something you enjoy, 1 hour feels like a minute. So when you're at work and time just passes, this water represents time, and you feel like the day, it's almost like magic. It just disappears. That's when you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's the part of your day that you love. Thank you. I want to ask you a question. What do these things have in common? Whiteout, laser printers, fire escapes, and bulletproof vests. They were all invented by women. Because men and women, like brain types, do things differently. We think differently. The first protective cup was used in hockey in 1874. The first helmet wasn't used until 1974. It took guys 100 years to figure out that their brain was also important. Okay, so focus on being the best you can be. Do whatever it is that you do best more often, and you'll have more success. There was an ad in the Reader that said, I can do anything your husband can do, but I'll do it now. So brand yourself as someone that gets things done. No excuses. Look what Michelangelo did with 3 colors. Einstein with 10 digits. Beethoven with only 7 notes. AC/DC, look what they did with 2 notes. Only 2 notes. Do the best you can with what you have. My wife and I went to a party on the way home. I'm like, you know what, let's just check into a hotel and take a nap. So we checked in, we slept for 4 hours. When we went to check out, they gave us the bill. And the guy said, it's $400. I said, $400? We're only here for 4 hours. He said, did you see our Olympic-sized swimming pool? I said, my wife and I didn't use the pool. He said, it was there, and you could have. I said, wait a minute, this is too much. He said, you know, we have an award-winning chef in our restaurant. I said, my wife and I didn't eat in the restaurant. He said, it was there, and you could have. And he went on to say, we have a state-of-the-art convention center. I said, my wife and I didn't use the convention center. He said, it was there, and you could have. So I thought, how can I get this guy to see my perspective? So I gave him $200. He said, no, you owe $400. So I said, well, I'm charging you $200 for sleeping with my wife. He said, I didn't sleep with your wife. I said, she was here, and you could have. Changing your greeting can change things. I called up a friend, and this is what their outgoing message said. I'm not available right now. I'm busy making changes in my life. Thanks for calling. Leave a message. If I don't call you back, you are one of those changes. So whatever problems you face, you can solve them with ideas. You know, a lot of people complain about budget cuts and how tough times are. Due to recent budget cuts, the light at the end of the tunnel has been turned off. See? But if you have time to complain, you have time to come up with a solution. So you got to get in touch with your inner genius. Deep down in you, there's a little baby Einstein inside of you. When you were a kindergartner, you used 64 colors of crayons. By the time you finished high school, you're using one color of ink. You got to get back in touch with that child that had wonderful and wild ideas. We must collaborate. That's how innovation is happening. Think about the Rolling Stones. Can you name a Rolling Stones song off the top of your head? I mean, you already shouted. But name a Mick Jagger solo song. Right. Nobody can think of one because they need each other. Keith Richards definitely needs Mick Jagger. And Mick Jagger needs Keith Richards. Starbucks, the idea for the drive-thru came from a customer who submitted it through My Starbucks. The Ritz-Carlton, they huddle before each shift with their manager, and they try and think of ways to do things better. And then at Marriott, the idea to partner with Pizza Hut came from the janitor who said, I throw away a lot of pizza boxes. Why don't we just partner with a pizza company? Great ideas are all around you. Open yourself up to the possibility that customers, your employees, your kids can have great ideas. You know, a high school principal, the janitor came to her and said, you know what, I have a hard time getting the lip prints off the mirrors. The girls are kissing the mirrors. So she brainstormed with a bunch of people, teachers, students, other parents, and other administrators, and they had this idea. They brought the girls into the bathroom, and they said, girls, this is John, the maintenance guy. He has to clean your lip prints. John, show the girls how hard it is. So he took his squeegee, stuck it in the toilet, rubbed it around, and said, every night, this is how I have to clean them off. Nobody put their lips on the mirror again. Now, the best ideas are win-win ideas, where the least amount of resistance comes when the most amount of people are going to benefit from your ideas. So look for ideas where the most amount of people will win, and you'll find that you will have less resistance and you can get your ideas through. People collaborating with a common goal can accomplish amazing things. I am honored to have been on this stage to help you do what you do even better. Thank you so much. Here's to you and all that you do. Thank you.